Week 11 DraftKings value picks, but you gotta be signed up to win it. So sign up, use the promo code FST, follow the card, link in the description below, deposit at least $5, then you also get a free entry courtesy of DraftKings. So you can use some of these plays, and if you've been watching me, we've been doing all right. So this week I'm actually throwing out a quarterback because I got 3 receivers I really like, but let's start with the running backs. And first I'm going to start with my boy West from Kansas City. I have picked him the last 3 weeks. In the last 3 weeks, 22 points, 31 points. And he faced Denver and other good run defenses. He is now facing the worst run defense against fantasy running backs in the league in San Diego. He's only 4,500. He is literally making every single one of my lists. I have him ranked number 1 overall this week in my season-long rankings. I love West. I was shocked to see this. All right, next running back is Frank Gore, and I know what you're thinking. Was he been that good? He's 4,700. He's playing Atlanta. Obviously, there's going to be no luck there, but he's had 7 double-digit fantasy production games on DraftKings in the last 7 weeks, 7 in a row. So, well, you just gotta hope he falls in the end zone as well. And for 4,700, pretty much being guaranteed 10 points, you gotta love that. All right, here are my wide receivers. I got 3 of them, all based on targets. First one's Devontae Adams, 4,600, playing Minnesota. Last week, he had 21 targets. I mean, I don't see that happen again, but that volume alone, the potential in a PPR format, which is what DraftKings is ridiculous. Next target monster I like this week is going to be Danny Amendola, $4,000 only against Buffalo. He had 11 targets last week, no Edelman. You gotta love that. All right, last guy is Stevie Johnson. Without Keenan Allen, he's been getting the targets. He had 10 last week, and he's only 3,900. San Diego's playing KC, and while San Diego's worst against running backs, KC's worst against wide receivers, so you gotta like that. And I'm actually doing the West, Adams, Amendola, Johnson lineup in a bunch of leagues, and then just switching out studs in every other spot from either RB, for my quarterback, for my tight end, etc. But if you want to go value on tight end, we're going to stick with the target game, and that's Tammy for the Atlanta Falcons, 3,600. Last 2 weeks, 22 targets combined. So he's averaging 11 basically a week in the last 2. I can see that keeping the same kind of streak, maybe not 11, but if you're getting 7, 8 targets out of a guy that's only 3,600 as a tight end, that's just quality value there. All right, moving on to defense, got the Jets. They're playing Houston. I know Houston's defense did great against the Bengals now. Their offense still didn't do all that amazing. I know they have DeAndre Hopkins, but I see Revis on him, so maybe if that shuts down, the running game clearly doesn't scare you, and the Jets for 3,000 is a little bit of a steal. So that's my DraftKings Week 11 value plays. Hopefully it does well for you. Have a good night.